Welcome to ADI TV. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to export your PDF or export your Indesign document. So we've already saved this document in Indesign. Currently I've just got the first side of this top trump. This is a particular project, it doesn't really matter what project it is. My students that are doing this project will be free to design the back of the card how they wish. So now I've got that design done, let's just scroll back up to the top. Okay, so this is the design that we want to save. Now in Indesign, it's really crucial that you understand the difference between saving the document, which is the Indesign document, and then exporting a file, which is it's kind of a bit like rendering the file, where Indesign goes and grabs all the links and all the kind of elements that make your design, and then creates printable document, i.e. PDF. And the two things are different. So anyway, so go back to exporting a PDF. What we do, it's really simple. We go File, and then go to Export, and we change the name. So in this instance, I'm going to go to my output folder. Okay, and I've got my Indesign template, so I need to change that to my name. Trumps. And I've got the option down here of different things I can export it as. Now I'm going to export it as a print PDF. This is the one I'm going to be talking about in this tutorial. Hit save. And then I'm confronted by this Adobe PDF dialog box, and this is fairly standard and it's pretty similar in Illustrator and Photoshop as well. It's a similar dialog box, so once you understand how this works, you pretty much transfer those skills to different programs. So in here, at the top, we've got some presets. So I recommend going for high quality if this is a final output. If you're maybe going to send it to someone email by email, you can go for smallest file size or press quality. But we want this to be as good as we can make it, so let's go high quality. Now, if I was doing spreads on books, I could click between the two. I could also change the range of pages. I don't have to export the whole thing if I don't want to. These options down here, I don't really need to fiddle with those, so I'm going to leave those, and don't need those ones either at the bottom. Now next down here, working through, we've got compression. Now as we want this to be the best we can, we don't want to touch the compression, but if you wanted to make it as tiny as possible, then you would need to fiddle around with these settings or use one of the templates which I've already described. Marks and bleeds. Well, if you're going to printers, then chances are you're going to need crop marks and or possibly bleed marks, and you've had the option to add in custom bleed down the bottom here, or you can use the bleed which the document's already got. Our document doesn't need bleed, so I'm going to leave that alone. Output is talking about colour. I'm just going to leave this on the standard as it is, and I think really you just follow what your printer would tell you. So if you were going to a printer's, you'd speak to them and find out what colour profiles they want, and they would lead you through this section for their specific setup. But if you don't know that, then best to probably just leave that alone. The advanced bit I don't tend to change at all. But you can have a look in there. Security, if you want it obviously to be protected by a password, you can set passwords up here. And then there's a summary. If there's any warnings, they'll appear down here, but chances are they're probably not going to be. Okay, and once you've done that, you hit export, and that's go ahead and that's exported. Now if we just close or just hide InDesign, and we've got our top trumps here, and if we look in our output folder, there's our top trumps. And if I just double click on that, that should open our PDF. And that's it, you're ready to upload that for the end of the project. The School of Arts and Digital Industries at the University of East London.